Hey friend, this question comes from YouTube viewer Alzathoth, who I believe is referring to episode 26, Chicken Yard Fencing and Protecting Chickens. He asks this: can't the nasty, quote, chicken predators, unquote, get under the fencing? Well, they might. You know, this opens up the whole topic, which I'm pretty passionate about, is about protecting chickens, protecting your flock of chickens from predators. And this is something, one of the first things homesteaders do is they should get a flock of chickens. It's one of the simplest things that you can begin to learn how to keep, and they're so simple that children can and should learn how to keep chickens. But one of the biggest disappointments is when you go to feed them the next day and you find some of your chickens are mutilated or killed or missing, or your whole flock is gone because of a weakness in your chicken house or your chicken run or your yard or your coop or whatever. And these predatory incidents can be avoided if you remember some simple rules. And over the years, I've tried to simplify it down, and the easiest way to explain it, and I explained it in the 3 levels of chicken protection. They are the hawk-proof level, the dog-proof level, and the coon-proof level or raccoon-proof level. Now, most people who keep chickens have a chicken house and also a chicken run, a place where they can, go outside of the house and stretch their legs and be outside. Of course, many today free range, and that is optimum. That is the recommended thing. I recommend doing your free ranging in the afternoon hours, like after noontime, because my theory is, and this doesn't always hold true, but generally a hawk, if it's going to eat, it's going to probably find its meal in the morning and not be quite as tempted to kill your chicken in the afternoon. So the morning time seems to be the time where the chickens are most vulnerable, especially for some reason light-colored chickens, white chickens. I think black chickens, they leave them alone because they look like buzzards or crows or something. It's ideal to let your chickens out in the afternoon times, but at times where you're going to be gone, or you may work outside the home and you're not able to be there to watch them against the daytime predatory animals, especially like stray dogs, you need some kind of chicken yard to protect them. Well, that chicken yard, if you're gone, needs to be daytime predator proof, which basically is dog proof. And hawk proof, because hawks are going to also a daytime predator. And so hawk proof, that's the least secure level of protection. And basically your chicken yard needs to be hawk proof. And that means having chicken netting over the top of the run. I wouldn't recommend chicken netting on the sides of the run, because then your run is not dog proof. The run needs to be dog proof. And hawk-proof, the least secure netting. And then dog-proof, the sides need to be at least welded wire. Dogs tend to have a problem getting into that. I've heard of dogs just chewing through poultry netting. You'd think they can't, but they will, and a coyote surely will. So your run, the outside of your run, the perimeter of your chicken yard needs to be welded wire. 2x4 works fine. Now, given enough time, if nobody's around, a stray dog can dig under that fence, probably a short amount of time. So if that's a concern in your area, what you might want to do is dig down and bury a scrap length of that 2x4 wire under the ground. It's going to rust after a period of time, but it'll take it a long time to do that. And that'll keep them from digging at least until you get home, digging under there and killing your chickens. So back to our question from Alzathoth: can't the nasty chicken predators get under the fencing? And also Hiker X9366 asked pretty much the same question. He says, aren't you worried a predator can dig under the wire fence? I noticed the gate has a large gap as well where smaller predators can squeeze through. Well, see, that's the point. We're talking about daytime predators. And so the smaller predators, your coons, your weasels, your possums and skunks and so forth, they're probably going to try their antics at night. So it really doesn't matter if the chicken yard is vulnerable to them. It's just got to be dog proof and hawk proof. It's the chicken house that is going to be the third and highest level of security. And we call that coon proof because coons are like little bears. I mean, they're like little Houdinis. They can get in and out of almost anything. They've got hands. Come on. They're somewhat human-like. And so if you make that chicken house, the place where the chickens sleep at night, if you'll make that coon-proof, you've done it all. Every night I go out and when possible, I go out and shut both doors and make the house secure. Because if a coon, which is possible, a coon can get in the chicken yard, but if it gets, I won't let it get into the chicken house, and I'll shut that door that goes out into the chicken yard. So at night, the house is secure, is the tightest it's going to be. The only predator that can get in the chicken house might be a chicken snake. Of course, the only thing vulnerable to a chicken snake are the eggs and baby chicks. We have other ways of dealing with snakes. That for another time. But basically, your chicken house is coon-proof, your chicken yard is dog-proof, and the top of that chicken yard is hawk-proof. Those are the 3 levels of security that, when knowing that, can help you protect your chickens. Maybe you'd like to join in the discussion with your own insight into protecting chickens. Just leave your comments in the comment section below. You could have a question about protecting your chickens. Leave that in the comment section below, or you might have a question on a completely different topic. Just go to that Farm Hands Companion video, go down to the comment section, leave your question there. If it's a good question, we'll try to answer it on upcoming installments of the Q&A show. And remember, please share these videos with other like-minded farm folks. It really helps a lot. I'm Paul Mack. Thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll talk at you later. Late Sailor 1350. Great video, interesting and educational as usual. Always enjoyable. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Ian Anderson 2326. That's awesome, except my chickens won't use it. All of them prefer the lone nest on the ground. If there's anything I hate, it's uppity chickens.